It's Gemini Gaming bringing you a replay from Stukawithwheels. He's playing his E100 on Ruinberg. E100 is one of the Tier 10 German tank destroyers. It is a 15 centimeter gun and has a little bit worse armor than the other Tier 10 with the Mals, but it's still really strong and a tough nut to crack. Ruinberg is an interesting map because you have the mini town to the east of the map and this weird semicircular town. So usually the heavies are going to go town and the mediums go field and just fight it out. So Stuka's looks like he's going into town. This is going to be where the E100 is going to be really strong because you can side scrape, you can hit people with your fairly large gun and just wreck people. So you see that friendly RU did a little scouting run, didn't spot too much, but you know, it is what it is. He probably would have been better to do a quick scouting run over in the field, because from this side you can get to that road before the other side to light the enemy team as they're spreading out through the field. So Stuka's trying to get a first shot on anyone who decides to poke. That doesn't happen, so he goes into side scraping where he's hiding that lower glasses plate right here, which is the weakest spot on the front. Gets a fairly lucky bounce from the Lova. If the Lova aimed better on the side, he definitely could have penned. But yeah, so that was a fairly hasty shot on that IS-3. It hit the opposite side of Pike Nose, which I don't even think would have penned if he was using AP. Stuka likes to run all heat in his E100. Gotta distribute the wealth. So as you can see, E100's really good side scraping, but then the FV comes out, and luckily the FV is using AP instead of HE, so it bounces instead of doing some HE damage. But Stuka put a good one in him. T30 switched to HE after, I think, 2 unsuccessful shots, so it's kind of funny. But, you know, sometimes it's always good to do damage instead of trying to pen when you can. Stuka makes an interesting play here. He kind of leaves his cover to try and go get a shot on the IS-3, which he does get. Now he's kind of out in the open, so if the FV was reloaded and he came out and shot, could lose a bunch of your hit points. The Luva decided to pop out and aim his shots. He could get a lot of shots. So the IS-3 realizes what's happening, backs up, and where did that hit? I don't even know where that IS-3 hit him, but here, I personally, it was a decision between shooting the RE or waiting for the prototype. He waited for the prototype and got an unlucky shot. Finally the T30 pens, but you know, who needs 730 hit points? So after being aggressive, Stuka kind of pulls back. He's lost about half of his HP, so it's time to be a little bit more defensive. Use his remaining HP a bit smarter than he's been. So he sees that the grills are going into where the Luva spot is, so his previous side scraping spot up here is not going to work so well for him because the grills are really good pen and are not going to be bouncing off his side like the Luva was. So he looks for the shot in Luva, doesn't get it, and decides to kill the grill instead. It's a pretty good decision on his part. Grills are kind of scary. So we're just trying to keep him staying hidden when he doesn't have shots and only pokes out when he does have shots. It's like the only way you should play World of Tanks, otherwise you're doing it wrong. He's looking for that shot in the lower plate, and the Luva decides to pull back instead of taking a shot, which smart Luva. So here, the IS-3's turret is really, really strong, but there's just no match for this gun. I don't know. No, that was definitely a low roll from his heat. I was thinking he might have done HE, but there's no reason for him to do that. So that's a good shot on Luva. Stuka's just waiting for the enemy to peek out and expose themselves. Stuka's not exposing himself, trying to conserve his half HP. So he sees there's a flanking T-30, so he realizes he needs to go deal with that because his friendly T-34 isn't doing much, and there's an 1800 HP E5 over here. So luckily the 183 decided to kill the T-34 instead of shooting Stuka. So that's good. E5's first shot goes into his track. T-30 hits him once again, and ice bounces. So Stuka's gonna. This is a key part of what makes him. This is the good strategy, pushing into the E5 so that he doesn't have 3 tanks to his rear, and then his friendly Jagdtiger can actually get shots and keep those 3 tanks from pushing out and flanking Stuka. So that was a good play on his part, and he should probably thank that Jagdtiger for being part of the reason he's still alive at this point. So he looks to flank, then he realizes there's a WT Alpha Panzer IV last spotted over in the mini town, and there's some bushes that give nice lines of sight down that middle road. So it's a fairly bad idea to push out there when you're a one-shot for anything on their team. So here he just kind of holds up in this little bunker area. It only exposes his turret to each side, and he doesn't know which side people are going to come from. So it's pretty strong in that position, especially with the strong side armor of the E100's turret. So he's going to be sitting here. He's locking down this middle intersection for his team, making sure that people don't come down here and do some flank stuff. His friendly Grill and Jagdtiger got the 183 on lockdown. So just waiting for those to mop up. This digi camo on his E100 is pretty neat. I got it from a campaign, don't remember which, I could ask him. But, you know, he's just waiting, letting his team work. That Grill doesn't have a fire extinguisher, so he loses, what's that, 1000 HP, 1400 HP to a 1 IS-3. So, yeah. In the side chat, you can see Stuka and the Grill player talking about whether he should have had an extinguisher or not. It's kind of pros and cons to each, but yeah, so nothing too interesting is going on right now. He's still playing the long game. He's not going to charge into the WT Alpha Panzer IV because that thing has really good camo, and if it's using the 12.8 centimeter gun, it's got some really good pen and DPM too. So Stuka's gonna head back to watch over the cap, making sure that if the 54A1 and the Waffle decided to flank around, and then he can stop them and notify his team. So once again, he's side scraping. He's hiding that lower glasses behind this rubble pile. Really interesting and dynamic gameplay at this point. It's a little interesting. So after a while, Stuka's just gonna realize that they're not charging down to his cap. The enemy team's probably anything smarter than that. They know the enemy team doesn't have too much armor, especially against these Stuka's high caliber gun and the 2 TDs. Good pen. So Stuka's gonna continue with his previous plans of going down the street. Looks down the street just in case someone's down there. It's always good to have your gun pointed where you think the enemies are gonna be. So the grills are on Jagdtag, I've already made it, and the 5041 was just spotted going down the middle road. Now he's kind of gotten himself stuck because there's no escaping that. So he should know he's spotted, but you know, just one shot through the front of the 5041 is gonna fix that. So at this point, it's almost game over, but the Waffle can still one-shot his entire team. So it's good. It's good to be cautious. And here we see Stuka loading his first non-heat round of the game. He's loaded an AP round, probably because he says he thought he was gonna have to snipe. AP's better for sniping than HE, but he reloads an HE round because the Waffle only has 977 HP, and he's not gonna have to snipe him. But Stuka, reminding his team to stay alive. It's usually better to have a live tank than a dead tank, and also they'll be spotting the Waffle so that Stuka can just get him from the side. So he's looking for an angle where he can get clear line of sight on this enemy TD, which he'll manage to get right here. He doesn't shoot because he needs to aim in right there, but enemy team's gonna end up getting that. And if he had gotten the kill, he would have gotten the top gun instead of the Jagdtagger. But yeah, I don't have the post-game stats for this guy battle, but I hope you guys enjoy watching.